Okay, this is part 2 of my part 1 of how to make and use homemade wood stains. So, I just got back from mixing. And another method that I forgot to mention is that you could just take your can and shake it around violently, but make sure the lid's on first. Make sure it's on very, very well. And just go to town with it. So you can see it's very nice and uniform. So this is kind of what you want. It's gonna look like a really brownish green. That's very good. So of course it's gonna change when it comes in contact with the wood. So there's your finished wood stain. So you can save this if you want it. Because it's water-based, it's not gonna have a very long shelf life, so I suggest you use it immediately. But it can have up to 1 to 2 months before you need to use it. Of course, shake it first before you use it. Now, essentially how this works is the dyes and the paint get mixed and fused with each other in the water. So essentially what we just did was we made dyed water. But since there's dyes in this and it's water-based, you can spread it across wood and all the dyes and colors will seep down into the wood and stain it. So that's your oversimplified wood stain. This is pine color. And something I forgot to mention is you will need 3 paper towels. Before we get to coloring that saw, I'm also going to show you how to make the other colors. So pine, if you did not watch the last video, was apple barrels, chestnut, and marsh green. So you're going to need chestnut for a lot of the color bases. This is just the particular combination for pine. So you're going to need marsh green for pine. See if I can find the rest of them here. I hope so. So I think this is, yeah, I think this is all of them. So you're going to, for cherry wood, if you're going to do a cherry stain, like, here, let me get my examples so you can actually see. So for cherry wood, you're going to need a 50-50 of chestnut and apple barrel's cardinal crimson with a pretty good amount of water. And that'll give you this nice, deep, rich color. For, what's this one? This is birch. You're going to need apple barrel, chestnut, and sunbeam. For oak, I think I messed something up. I think this one, I think birch is just yellow. Yeah, this is just yellow. So excuse me for that. This is just yellow. Just, sunbeam with water. Then oak is your chestnut and sunbeam. That gives this really nice, nutty oak color. And then for mahogany, you're going to use apple barrel's elephant gray and chestnut. So now that we went over all the different combinations for your wood stains, we're going to get into actually staining. So I have my stain here. This is the pine stain, because I particularly favor the pine stain. So tear off a paper towel while leaving the other 2 behind. And you're going to grab whatever it is you're staining. Lay it on a flat surface. Since this is water-based, it can be cleaned very easily. But it's best to clean it immediately if spilled, because it can stain, obviously. Especially on bare wood. So what you want to do is you just want to bunch this up into, like, this thing. Like if you were trying to clog a bloody nose or something. I don't know. Of course, shake it very well first. And then crack her open. Oh. So, if it gets on your fingers, just wipe it off. It's okay. There you go. There's your pine wood stain. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your paper towel, bunch it up on the end, and gonna dip it in. There you go. You're just going to start applying it to the wood you're using. So I know this doesn't look very good right now, but this needs up to 3 coats. It's going to look the best when it's still wet, but you have to let it dry completely. So let all the water dry and the paint dry into the wood to use it. If it gets on the metal, just wipe it off with your finger. probably shouldn't be holding it by the blade, but I don't really care. So just go all around and dip occasionally if you need to. If you need to, just put a few droplets of the stain on here. Just go all around putting the stain on. Now, if you get it on the metal, you can usually just wipe it off the metal and it'll work just fine. But if otherwise, I would say you can get some water on a paper towel and wipe off the metal. So make sure you have a really nice uniform coating of it. No, my battery's about to go dead. Hold on. Okay, so get it, and then all little nooks and crannies. So now, I'm gonna let this coat dry and come back when all 3 coats are finished. Okay, so I just got back. 3 coats are on here of my my homemade pine stain, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clear coat this with a finish. This is, what is this? Rust-Oleum clear matte. So shake it very well. Make sure there's nothing nearby that can risk getting sprayed. And I covered the actual saw part with duct tape so I don't ruin the saw. This is just on this one side to demonstrate. I also have paper towels underneath, more specifically 2. So there's one paper towel, and then there's the other. So what you want to do now is just start spraying it. So of course, don't hold it this close to the actual saw. Of course, what you want to do is grab a paper towel, wipe some of it off. Not all of it, just a pretty good amount. Just so it's not so concentrated on this one part. So yeah, let that dry. Do both sides of the saw after it's been stained and dried. And that's how you stain some wood and seal it. Thanks.